Hello YouTube, we are back. We have another review video today. Actually, Mayton, who I did 2 of their packs, actually the one right behind me, and then they have a waterproof pack. They reached out to me again. They sell a Bluetooth, I actually have this on a soccer ball, but Bluetooth with speakers in, knitted hat. And they said, hey, would you take a look at this and do a review? So I've had it for a few weeks now. I had it tested out into the wild, and so we'll cover kind of all the specs, what I feel about it, and it is getting around that time, perfect, because you can tell I got a little bit of a heavier jacket on. The leaves are falling off the trees here in the Northeast US, so we will cover a built-in speaker kind of knitted beanie. They're claiming it as the music hat, so we'll get into that right after the intro. Alright, so once again, knitted speaker hat, as you can see, Bluetooth. I just have it on a soccer ball here, kind of so you can kind of see the form. Once again, Mayton, who reached out to me. This is actually not sold on their website. It is sold on Amazon though, and Amazon's calling it the Bluetooth beanie for men. Actually, it's got 714 ratings at 4.5 stars, so actually quite a good rating for the specific. When it came in the package, it was called the music hat, so you know, it could be either or. Just realize that on Amazon, which I'll have the link below, it is called the Bluetooth beanie for men. I don't know really why they have it for men, because technically it can fit all heads. Anyway, okay, so what came? So obviously it came in this little like bag. It's called the music hat. It came with a instruction booklet, which I'll show pictures of the inside of this, and it shows you like kind of like what the buttons do and everything like that. And it came with like a little micro USB, or yeah, micro USB charger. So, but I was actually really impressed with the instructions. Nice, compact, but it was has a lot of good information, as you'll be able to see with the pictures. Talks about all the buttons, talks about syncing, talks about all of that. So compact, comprehensive. That was all good. Construction and comfort. So material, it's an acrylic polyester. It's washable. Obviously you have to remove the electronics, and the instructions tell you how to do that as well if you want to wash it. And different color options. Let me look here. So color options, I'm just seeing black on Amazon. Warmth. So I had it out in like mid 50s, maybe 60s. I had it out in low 40s, raining. I had an umbrella, so it was quite cold that day too. So I had it, you know, it's not been in the teens or anything. We're not there yet in the Northeast, the US, but we're getting there. So acrylic polyester kept my head super warm. Wasn't a problem there. Actually, it was quite comfortable as well. Not too much from an itchy perspective either. Now, I haven't worn it for hours or sweated in it real heavy, but I don't have a whole lot of problems with that acrylic polyester, but realize some people do. So sometimes with knitted hats, as you know, can get a little itchy and scratchy, but this one's been pretty comfortable so far. Sizes, it's a good skull, you know, hat fit, so you're not going to get the poofiness that you sometimes get up here. You know, it's got a little bit, but you can kind of pull it down. But from a general aesthetic look, you know, it's a typical skull cap. Speaker comfort. So I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about, like, you know, these bulges being on the side of my ears, but actually you kind of really don't even notice it. And actually the black color, I think, hides a lot of the bulkiness, because you can't really tell. So on the left side, it's just kind of like a circular, smaller speaker, and then I'll just say the right side, however you want to wear it, technically can be left or right. But then it's just a square where it has the actual controls to control the speakers, and then a tiny wire that runs around, which you can't even feel inside. So the comfort was great. We'll get into applications more, but like the comfort thing is really kind of where this could be possible for some people. Like I know with the AirPods and things like that, with smaller headphones that fit in your ear, this may not be an issue, because even when you wear a knitted hat, you know, they don't stick out very far. But if you're the type of person that likes over the ear headphones, or the magnetic ones that you can put around your neck that just are magnetic below you can get a lot of those on Amazon, like they stick out quite far. And what I've noticed is when you're wearing those and you put a beanie on when it's cold, when it pushes into your ear, it actually shuts the speaker off on some of the types that I've tried. So if you have a sleek in-ear, really compact headphone, you could probably get away wearing a beanie, no problem. But with this, the speaker is built in it's not uncomfortable. It's more laying on the outsides of your ears. So from a comfort perspective, it really doesn't affect it that much. So the Bluetooth technology, they state the charging is, it's 1 to 2 hours to charge. I didn't have, it actually came pretty pre-charged. It's 72 hours ability on standby, so like on off, it can stay on a 72-hour charge, which is pretty crazy. And then 10 hours of continuous caller media. So you can keep it on continuously for 10 hours if you're listening to podcasts or whatever, and it should be able to hold up. Micro USB, which is included, and they say charge every 3 months if not in use. So that's pretty general for this type of thing with, you know, whatever kind of battery system it's using, but that's a little tricky with winter hats, right? Because usually, like during the summer, you're not ever going to pull it out and think about charging it, so it's just something I think there. Ease of connectivity. So it's a universal Bluetooth 5.0. I had absolutely no issue connecting this to my phone, and then when I used it after it, for instance, like the one day it was warmer when I was walking my dog Vader, I didn't have to wear it. I just wore regular headphones, but then it was colder later that week, so I actually ended up using it as soon as I turned it on, and actually wear the hat and then turn it on, because you can actually hear the person talking to you, and it's like power on, and they say connected. So it like remembered my phone. Absolutely no issue there with the Bluetooth connection, which is amazing. You don't have to go into your phone at all. As long as your Bluetooth on your phone isn't weird, it should remember the hat. It claims that you can connect up to 33 feet away. I have not tested that. I've probably been up to 15, 20 feet away. And no issue, it'd stay connected. So actually, it's a pretty good distance for Bluetooth connectivity, because even some of my Amazon headphones, they can get a little squirrely, you know, when you're looking about walls and everything. I don't know how walls would affect any of that. I didn't really test the longevity of the connection, but they claim 33 feet. The voiceover is pretty helpful actually. So it's interesting because, you know, you're not looking at it because it's on your head, so you're having to use the buttons, so you'll get comfortable with what the presets are on the buttons, and the instructions do a nice job of explaining what the buttons mean. But the voice also confirms the buttons you're pushing with connection or anything like that. Media quality, it's loud, it's clear. One thing is it's not noise canceling, which to me in this scenario is actually a positive. Noise canceling is great. Like if you're doing something loud, if you're mowing, whatever, you're doing outside things, you just kind of want to, you know, shut off the world around you is fine. But like with beanies, and this is kind of where the application piece comes in for me. Like you can have your headphones in or inner ear headphones, and they have sleek design, then you can put a beanie, regular beanie over top, and you're not gonna have a problem. What couple of the issues with that is it turns off the world around you. So if you're doing that, you know, you're walking the street, walking your dog, bicycling, whatever that looks like, you're not really aware of what's around you. But if you have this, it's not noise canceling, which is a positive if you're doing activities. For instance, if you're skiing or outdoor things or walking or whatever that, you know, you kind of need to know what's going on around you if you're going to be completely safe. I noticed a huge difference in my situational awareness when I'm walking Vader when I had the hat on versus like, you know, my inner ear running sports Bluetooth headphones, because that kind of shuts everything off and I can't hear anything but what's in my head. So like I can tell cars are coming up and down the road because I'm watching Vader's reactions, but if I wasn't walking my dog, I'd be pretty oblivious unless it was like at night or I could see lights or whatever it looks like. So not having the noise canceling to me is a benefit in this application. Call quality, I didn't actually have a connected call, but I did call somebody but they didn't pick up and it sounded super clear. So I don't know the call quality on the other side at this moment, but from the reviews on Amazon, it seemed like that wasn't an issue at all. So just check out the reviews if you're looking for a specific call quality on that. Bluetooth options, there's 3 total buttons on the side. So I'll show that to you again. And I got pictures of that as well. So those are your options. You can see like from a sticking outside of view, it's not really that far. I don't know if you can see that. I'm like getting in the shot there. But anyway, it doesn't stick out that far. Like I said, it's just a little square. They have the power on and off. They have play and pause. They have the volumes. They have next and previous track, answer and end call, and then redial as well. All of that, once again, is in the instruction book. You can check that out. Simple, but out of 3 buttons, you know, they're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get 6 applications, you know, with those 3 buttons, which is pretty great. Price point, $16.99 on Amazon, which is quite incredible. Getting good headphones for under 20 bucks is possible, but you know, it's a pretty good price point, and you're getting a hat with it to keep your head warm. So I think it's a really nice price point there. 4.5 stars, like I said, with over 700 reviews on Amazon. That's also really, really good. And then Usability, we kind of talked about this a little bit before. You know, headphones, if you don't have bulky ones, you can get away with inner ear headphones with a Beanie. If you have bulkier headphones, this could be a better option. Like we talked about, you know, home noise canceling, but that could also be a positive. If you're doing outdoor winter sports, skiing, snowboarding, whatever that looks like, you know, this is an option as well. And then the Bluetooth capability, not having to pull your phone out, all that kind of stuff, being right there on your head. I think it's a pretty cool thing. So overall, with my you know, multiple weeks with it and using it, especially when I'm walking my dog or doing, you know, outdoor yard work and things like that, it's been actually a pretty great experience. I probably would say over time, you know, I would worry about the constructability, because like the charge port underneath is just like a little slot in the fabric where you put the charging, and you're actually charging like that square piece. You know, you may get some fraying there, you may get some fraying around like the Bluetooth emblem where it shows you where the buttons are. I wouldn't really worry about the electronics piece, you know. Even these tiny batteries can last a good amount of time, but really just from a general construction standpoint, some of those tiny stitches and things like that, that would be my only real concern. Other than that, it's been excellent to use up until this point, and with the reviews on Amazon, that was a positive for me as well. You know, what a Beanie should do for me. It should keep my head warm. Yes, it does that. Is it going to keep my head warm in super windy days, you know, that are like 0 or close to 0 or teens? I don't know, I haven't experienced that, but for general purpose, you know, winter beanie hat with an added application of the Bluetooth speakers built in, it does exactly what it should do, and it's really easy to use. So I've enjoyed it up to this point. Like I said, I've had it multiple weeks. I've used it on multiple applications outside. So if you're looking for something that solves that problem, this would be a viable option, because I don't think your ears are going to get sore over a long term wearing this. So I think that's all I have. Once again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try to answer them. This was sent to me by Maten. It is called the Bluetooth Beanie. It is on Amazon, $16.99, over 700 reviews, 4.5 stars. So have any questions, let me know, and we will catch you on the next one.